It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to the Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast on this Wednesday, November 27th, 2024, coming to you from Bedford County, Virginia, brought to you by Will U.S., the owner of Scoot Around, and by Chillie's Cruises. We do have a number of, I'd classify them as minor news stories today, much like yesterday, nothing earth-shattering, but a little bit. The lead story today is prison for Carnival Passenger. Also this morning, Kool and the Gang World Cruise Gala. Southwest Air adds cruise option. San Juan port issues back in the news. Mediterranean cruise hub Alexandria. Norwegian's redeployment. A Coast Guard rescue near Hawaii. Hurtigruten scores. I love saying that word. And Spirit files for bankruptcy. That and lots more here at 11 o'clock this morning. Today, folks, is National Bavarian Cream Pie Day. Man, can I deal with that one. Bavarian cream pie, Boston cream pie, very similar. I love them both. This day in history, in 1924, the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade was actually called Macy's Christmas Parade, and it extended over 6 miles. Characters from Mother Goose's rhymes dotted the parade route, as well as zoo animals and marching bands. The grand finale and star of the show, of course, was Santa Claus and his reindeer. 3 years later, that had been in 1927, the famous character balloons began to appear in the parade. I had no idea they were that old. If you're listening via the podcast, you can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from. All the big guys, I don't care, iHeartRadio to Apple Podcasts. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the fat travel guy. All right, so I've got to get used to the fact that we're not going to be doing this 5 days a week now. Tomorrow, because of Thanksgiving, there is no show. There'll be a show like normal on Friday. If anything happens over the weekend, I'm always can go live on the spot. Starting on Monday, we're going to do shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That may or may not be permanent. We're going to play it by ear and see. That also might tie into some other changes that may or may not be in the works for this show. It's not anything that you won't like. I mean, you won't just... Anyway, you'll be happy with what I'm working on. All right. So yesterday was a absolutely important day in the world of cruising. Totally important. This is Katie and Angela and Gary older than dirt sailing away from Port Canaveral.
There is Katie's ship, Voyager of the Seas, leaving. It's a bit tardy.
That's hot air Tom saying they're a bit tardy.
Flashing a flashlight at her. Can you see a flashlight flashing, Katie? Katie.
All right, that's Voyager of the Seas. Needless to say, Hot Air Tom was behind the controls of the camera. Because I'm not down there right now. Anyway, they're off and going. And then dinner last night was my favorite meal on Royal Caribbean. Shrimp cocktail. I also had escargot. Sometimes I get a shrimp cocktail and escargot. Sometimes I get 2 shrimp cocktails. Prime rib, which I like as well on Royal as on any ships I've ever sailed on. And then Boston cream pie. I mean, that's the trifecta for me. My favorite meal on Royal ships. And admittedly, they have it usually twice a cruise, but not on this. Maybe not on this one because it's a shorter one cruise for Gary and Katie and Angela. But usually on a 7-night cruise, I might catch that twice. I like it. All right. I'll be back with some news stories, folks, after a quick break from one of our fine network sponsors. All right, the lead story today comes from our friends over at Carnival. A Carnival passenger is in prison following a 2023 assault. Judge Allen of the Norfolk Federal Court in Eastern Virginia sentenced Michael Truman to 2.5 years in prison, in addition to 50 months of mandated anger management and substance abuse treatment. The 39-year-old man was convicted of assault with a dangerous weapon, a bar glass, and the assault resulted in serious bodily injury. Crew members kept the assailant confined to his stateroom for the remainder of the cruise, and he also received a lifetime ban from Carnival Cruise Line. I didn't mean to make fun of that story. It wasn't, this was a serious issue. The guy smashed a bar glass on a man's face, and I think there was 19 facial stitches involved. So I didn't mean to do that to be funny. So yeah, it was a serious issue. I'm glad the guy's in jail. I'm glad Carnival banned him from ever cruising again. Guest sailing Region 7 Seas World Cruise in 2025 will have a celebration like no other when Kool and the gang headline its Gala. The exclusive event aboard Region C's Mariner will take place in Miami on January 7th, 2025. Cruisers who are fans of Southwest Airlines received an early holiday gift this year when the airline announced a new partnership with World Travel Holidays, the largest cruise agency in the U.S. The new collaboration introduces Southwest Cruises, allowing guests to book cruise vacations directly through its new website powered by World Travel Holdings. There's no bad time to visit New Orleans, but the fall months are especially charming with seasonal celebrations and comfortable temperatures. If you're heading to the Big Easy, book a scooter or wheelchair rental and explore this historic city hassle-free. New Orleans mobility rentals are 10% off until the end of the year. That's right, folks. New Orleans rentals, 10% off until December 31st, 2024. Call Scoot Around toll free 888-441-7575. Use SRN 11137. That's New Orleans Mobility Rentals. The Alexandria Port Authority, under the leadership of Rear Admiral Ahmed Haswash, facilitated the arrival of the cruise ship Astoria Grande on the morning of November 23rd at 6:30 a.m. This marked the vessel's third call to Port Alexandria this year as part of its itinerary between Turkey and Egypt. Symphony of the Seas will be setting sail on a 7-night Eastern Caribbean voyage on December 1st, but it won't be the itinerary her guests originally booked. This is the second such cruise for Symphony of the Seas. The round-trip sailing from Miami was supposed to call on San Juan, St. Martin, and Coco Key, but due to ongoing problems at the San Juan cruise port, this itinerary is no longer possible. The visits to San Juan and Phillipsburg have been replaced. The vessel will now call on Falmouth, Jamaica, and Labadee, Haiti instead. Neither authorities from San Juan nor Royal Caribbean have confirmed exactly what is wrong with the cruise port or how long it will take to resolve. Symphony's next scheduled visit to San Juan is Christmas Day. Norwegian Cruise Line is moving its ship back to the Caribbean and North America as part of a redeployment plan that saw over 50 cruises for 2025 and 2026 being canceled. Here is all we know about cancellations and the new itineraries. The Norwegian Star, which had cruises canceled for November 20th, 2025 to April 14th of 2026, originally deployed to South America and Antarctica. The new deployment will be Bahamas and Southern Caribbean. No home port is yet confirmed. The Norwegian Dawn, cancellations from November 2nd, 25 to April 12th of 26. Original deployment Africa and the Indian Ocean. Western Caribbean will be the new deployment. Home port to be confirmed. Norwegian Jewel, cancellations from November 23rd of 25 to April 16th of 26. Caribbean and Bahamas from Tampa. The new deployment will be Bahamas, Southern Caribbean, and Panama Canal from Miami. The Norwegian Jade, finally, canceled from October 18th of 25 to February 16th of 26. Originally deployed Panama Canal and the Caribbean from Miami and Panama City. New deployment, Mexican Riviera and West Coast from San Diego. Be on one of the first MSC ships to go to Alaska when we sail May 25th, 2026 on the MSC Poesia round trip from Seattle. 7 nights going to Ketchikan, Icy Strait Point, Juneau, and Tracy Arm Fjord, at a stop in Victoria, Canada on the way back to Seattle. Inside cabin start at $849 per person, balcony from $1289 per person. The MSC Poesia going to Alaska. Why not join us? I promise you we'll have a great time. Just call me, 434-258-9264, and we'll cruise with Chillie to Alaska. A man was airlifted from the cruise ship Zaandam early Tuesday morning, about 50 miles off the coast of Oahu. The U.S. Coast Guard responded after receiving a call from the ship's doctor reporting that a 32-year-old man was showing signs of a stroke. The ship was approximately 330 miles northeast of Oahu when the request for help came in. Following a consultation with the Coast Guard flight surgeon, a medevac was deemed necessary. Early Tuesday, a rescue operation was launched involving a Dolphin helicopter and a Hercules aircraft from the Coast Guard Air Station Barbers Point. The helicopter team hoisted the man and a nurse aboard for medical care during the flight to the Queens Medical Center in Honolulu. The patient was reported to be in stable condition. Hurtigruten, the leader in Norwegian coastal voyages, has once again proven its commitment to sustainability and innovation, earning the top spot in the 2024 Friends of the Earth Cruise Ship Report Card. Achieving a B-plus rating, the highest award this year, underscores Hurtigruten's efforts to redefine the future of eco-friendly voyages. Carnival, on the other hand, was at the bottom of this year's list. Spirit Airlines has filed for bankruptcy protection, making it the first major U.S. airline to file for Chapter 11 in 13 years. Spirit has grappled with years of losses. It last made an annual profit in 2019, as well as a blocked merger with JetBlue and challenges renegotiating its debt. This is an update on the MSC Grandiosa cruise sailing from Port Canaveral on February 14, 2026, with stops in Nassau, Ocean Key Marine Reserve, and Puerto Plata. Inside cabins start at $643 per person. Solos start at $933. Just call me 434-258-9264 and join us on MSC Grandiosa. All right, that's going to end the news portion of today's show. We'll go over in the chat room and see who's fussing at me. And then I get to go for the cardiac MRI. And like I posted this morning, folks, I am absolutely petrified. I'm claustrophobic as hell when around those tubes. And this is not the one that I can get in. This is the one that's right down on your nose. And I have to get scrunched up to get in it. There's a possibility they won't let me take it because of this cough. Because if I get in there and have to cough in 45 minutes, it screws up their test. That would break my heart. Anyway, let's go see who's in the chat room. I was almost ended the session. I didn't want to do that. All right, there's Hot Air Tom. Says hello to everybody. There's Gary Older and Dirt. He's out on the boat. Morning all from Jack's Bar in Cocoa Key. That's awesome. I've been there many a time, Gary. Blessed one, says I. Please help me. I'm sorry, this is not the place for that. We are a travel and cruise folks. We talk about travel and cruises, and that's not allowed on this channel. Mike's with us from the other side of the pond. Good morning, Mike. There's Gretchen up in Ohio. Says, have one for me, Gary. What are we drinking? He's probably drinking bourbon. Well, it's a little early for bourbon. No, it's not. Roger's with us. Says, hi from Jacksonville. Happy Thanksgiving holiday to everyone. Thank you, Roger, and the same back at ya. Mike says, good luck with the MRI. I'm not so much worried about the result, Mike, as I am about you getting in the daggone tube. Kenneth's with us. Says good morning to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Be safe and enjoy your holiday. Enjoy the food. I'm going to do that. Gary's having a screwdriver. Screwdrivers are good at Jack's. Hot Air says, I'm trying to file my UK ETA and AM now on second attempt. All scans okay, but upon entering the credit card and hitting confirm, I get the circle of death that ever ends. Okay. That never ends, I think I was supposed to say. Yes, this is the day that we're supposed to be able to do that. Of course, that's debatable. Mike says, since there's no show tomorrow, I'll take this opportunity to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving Day. Thank you, Mike. Gretchen says screwdrivers sound good. Tom, are you using standard Visa or MasterCard? There's Joanne, currently making cookies. Happy Thanksgiving, she says also. Yo, there's Sunny down in Mississippi. Hi-yo, everyone. Old Ed McMahon tribute. Yes, indeed. And happy Thanksgiving to all. Have fun and be safe. Thank you, Sunny. Well, there's Katie on Voyager of the Seas, too. Bob's with us up in Tennessee. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you, Bob. There's Todd. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. I love the food and family. I totally agree with you, Todd. There's Steve out in Kentucky. Good morning, Steve. There's Amy's with us. Hi, Amy. Hot Air says MasterCard to Mike. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. I'm going to try to get things processed. Before I go, I have to leave here probably 1 o'clock to go get this chair loaded and get over to the hospital and get checked in and all that crap. So I'll be lucky if I'm home by 4. And we'll see what happens. I'm not, like I say, just, I hate these things. I absolutely hate them. And that manifests itself in fear. So, not a happy camper. All right. Let me get out of here so I can get things processed. You guys have a fantastic day. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. I'll be thinking about each and every one of you. So, and don't eat too much. Yeah, what the hell? Go ahead. Go for it. All right, guys. Have a great holiday. I'll see everybody back here on Friday. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a great holiday, everybody. See you Friday.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, chilly chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chilliescruises.